I'm super excited to be heading up to Pitt River Lodge to be fishing for huge early run bull trout. Pitt River Lodge is located on the Pitt River on the north end of Pitt Lake, heading towards Garibaldi Provincial Park. The setting is absolutely breathtaking. I can't wait to get up there and fish. The first step on this adventure is meeting up with Dan Jarek, who's going to pick us up at Grant Narrows and take us across the lake to the headwaters of the river. Danny, how are you?
Hey, good to see you again.
Great to see you, man.
How's things going?
Awesome. You?
We're ready for a good fishing trip.
The weather, if it stays like this, which it's supposed to be, should be epic.
Yeah, it's perfect. There's fish in the river now, big bulls, so it's going to be good.
They've moved in after feeding on those hooligans?
Yeah, they moved in, and they're bigger this year than I've seen in a long time because the hooligan run was bigger than we've seen in years. So,
our timing could be perfect.
Couldn't be perfect, so.
Awesome. Thanks, bud. Yeah, let's do it.
Aboard.
Coming back to the Pitt River essentially is coming home for me. I grew up in Pitt Meadows. It's always a special feeling coming home and getting to come back to a place that's so beautiful. You're only about 24 kilometers from downtown Vancouver, which is a huge metropolis city, but you feel a world away when you get up here. So Danny, just to stop here on the way to the lodge, we got some pictographs up there. Do you got any idea how long they've been there for, or the story behind it?
No one really knows. I know people have looked into it, and no one has any idea. They say they're 1,000 years old, and they're authentic, but no one has any history about where they come from or
from First
why
Nations.
They're even there.
First Nations, obviously, that
yeah.
you know lived here previously, and
yeah.
Wow.
The rumor is from a lot of loggers up here and the old timers that lived up here from years ago is there was a sign saying don't go past here. And for some reason, whether people went up here years ago and the lake gets really rough and maybe they died and it was something to tell other people maybe not to go up that far.
Some type of warning, hey?
A warning, that's what I heard, but who really knows? It's strange though. Another thing is you look over that mountain there,
yeah,
and it's a face, it's known as the face, but something laying down looking up, if you can see it there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you see the nose, the mouth, and the eye where the trees are there, and maybe they were looking at that as well as some sort of religious thing, because it's got a view right over to it.
Interesting. Part of the excitement coming up to this lodge is the actual journey, taking the boat ride in this beautiful setting. But now that the bags are starting to get loaded on the back of the pickup, the real excitement is beginning. When we got to the lodge, Danny introduced us to our guide, Stu, who seemed just as fired up as I was to get on the water. We talked to Stu about our game plan for the next couple days. We decided to have an early dinner tonight so we could fish till dark. So we got a whole arsenal of stuff, so I haven't even looked at what's in here yet, but Sea Run set us all up.
A couple of fresh Islanders.
So, oh yeah, we gotta christen them, hey? Gotta make them scream.
Yeah.
So they're all, yeah, everything, I mean, everything's already aligned and
beautiful.
ready to rock and roll. We've got an arsenal of crocs here. What do you want to start with?
Perfect. I'd say the heavier the better, really. This is probably a pretty safe one.
Okay.
You can go a little bigger. I mean, they're all gonna work. It doesn't really matter, but, you know, I'd start with those two.
Okay, throw one of those on?
Yeah.
Perfect. One of the cool things about fishing on the Pitt River is how you actually transport your rafts and launch them on the river. It's pretty unique to see how rugged and durable these big rafts are. They have the system down. These things go straight down over trees, over rocks, bounce down to the bottom. They tie the rope off, you climb down, you get in, and you're ready to go. I'm really excited to get out on the water. I've never fished this early in the season on this river, but I know this time of year is known to produce huge bull trout, one of the largest strains of bull trout you'll find anywhere in the world. So knowing that those fish are in the system, and this is our first night heading out fishing, I can't wait to get my line wet and see if we can hook into one of these.
There we go.
That's it.
That might have been a fish the last time.
A proper one?
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh geez.
Just let him go. Try and keep him if you can. He's gonna do his thing. If he starts to run down that way, try and turn him over. Maybe. You're in a good pool here. He's got a lot of room to run around in.
Nice fish to get on the board with. Here we go. Woohoo! Nice. Look at these. He's a fat fish. Big shoulders on him. Yeah. Fresh from eating oolikins. Healthy fish. Nice. Beauty. Nice.
Not a bad way to start the trip, day one.
Not bad at all.
Couple hours. I'm gonna let him go here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for cooperating, buddy. There he goes.
Off he goes.
Go to make someone else's
right on.
day. There you go.
Properly
awesome.
on the board.
We're on the board.
Right on.
You called it.
Early morning, first full day on the river. The game plan is to head upriver into some areas that haven't even been fished yet this year. We know there's some fish hanging down low because we got into them last night, but we wanted to go head upriver and see if we can get into some bigger bull trout up here. When you're drifting a river, I mean, there's a couple different ways you can approach it. The nice thing is you can get to spots on the river that obviously you can't get to if you had to wade a river or walk a river, or even, you know, jet boat on a river. The rafts are very maneuverable. You can get into tight spots. You can get into skinnier water. You know, you can really, you know, plot your course as you go down and pick away at different runs when you're floating down.
We're gonna get you to just start up top here, work your way down. It's gonna be, I would guess, a little nicer towards the back where things kind of flatten out there. You can see it kind of buckets out.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's no reason the fish wouldn't sit at the head. So same thing, across, let it sink down, strip it in, keep it moving.
Okay.
And then
keep your feet moving.
I think we're gonna switch your sink tip, go a little lighter. And then, yeah, feel anything.
Okay.
Set the hook on it.
Set on her?
Yeah.
Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate.
The fish in this system, they migrate in and out of the river. So bull trout actually are migratory fish. And these particular fish have just been out in the Fraser River feasting on oolikins, which come in from the ocean and migrate into the Fraser River. So these fish time it where they exit Pitt River, they go down Pitt Lake into the Fraser, gorge themselves on the oolikins, come back up the Pitt Lake into the Pitt River, and now they're making their way up into Garibaldi Provincial Park, where they eventually end up spending some time and do their spawning before they again leave the system and head out into the lake.
One of the awesome things about this river, there's so many great spots to fish. Like every corner we come around looks like it's fishable.
Oh yeah,
right?
It's phenomenal. I mean, with all the braids, it creates so much structure, and there's so many different little back channels, especially with the bull trout. Since the logging has come, you know, it's eroded the banks, and a lot of that structure that was once, you know, more of like a bedrock, just one big deep channel through the river, has kind of turned into all this loose gravel and boulders rolling around. So when this river blows out, it's crazy how much it'll change. You know, we could come back here and, you know, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, the spot will be completely gone. The river will be going down the other side. But it'd be amazing to have seen what this river was like before the logging.
Oh, pristine.
Yeah. What makes this river, you know, so special is you have such a diversity of fish coming up here. You've got basically every species of salmon in here. You've got sea-run bull trout, cutthroat, rainbows, you know, all the way through. But more than that is the limited access makes it nice because it's hard for it to be overfished. You know, we get a lot of jet boats and guys coming up here, but you either need a jet to come up from the boat launch there at Grant Narrows, or you need to have a truck up here in a boat.
And not only do you need a jet boat, you need to know what you're doing in a jet boat. I mean,
yeah, you don't want to be coming up here with a jet without having much experience.
So there's days on the river when you start, you have a ton of confidence. Man, you think things are gonna happen right away, and you can spend the entire day casting and you might not touch a fish. I think I've been casting for about 7.5 hours straight without a bite, without a touch, but still in the back of my mind, you always think, man, it still could happen here. I still have a little bit of time left. And wouldn't you know it, send a cast into the back corner of a pool, and all of a sudden, wham, fish on.
There we go. Fish on. There we go. That was a good take.
See what happens when you know, when you least expect it?
Oh, yeah.
The Hail Mary.
That's a nice fish, too.
It's a proper peeler.
That's a nice fish right there. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what we're after right there.
That's what we're looking for.
Oh! That's a good one.
That's a proper one, eh? That's his third run there.
Yeah.
We're gaining on him a little bit here. Can you see him?
Yeah, he's right in front of me here. Can you try and get his head up a bit?
Anything you want me to do? He's gonna go through your legs. Oh, he saw that net and didn't like it.
Try and turn that rod tip over towards me a little bit.
Yeah.
And then try and get his head up a bit.
Nice net. Nice job, man. Wow. What a fish. That's a cranker, man. We'll get that out of him. That is a... Dude, that was an awesome fight. Holy man, that's a nice fish.
You want to grab hold of her?
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll take your
Holy
rod for
cow.
you.
That's a beaut.
They're really slippery, so don't squeeze them too hard. Just kind of cradle them. Get your hand around the back of his tail.
Just grab the tail and just under the belly.
Gentle. Just don't squeeze them.
Don't squeeze too hard on the tail.
Oh, the tail's fine.
Tail's fine.
Just,
yeah,
don't squeeze his belly there.
There you are. Yeah. Oh.
Beauty.
Yeah. What a beautiful fish.
Good
That's
stuff.
a thick, thick fish, eh?
You can just let that fish go whenever you're ready.
Ready?
Maybe kind of turn him down a little bit. Just get his face upstream. Give him a little drink. Fully submerge the fish. Get him right under.
Yeah.
In a minute, and he's in some pretty heavy current, but he's just going to turn and go down into this pool here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
That was
Congratulations, bud.
awesome. What a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that thing smoked line like 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty tough to get him in this current here. He just kept hunkering down and then kind of backed off a little bit.
I made a cast a little further out and kind of, you know, right when we've been fishing all day, that slower stuff out there. Right on the boom.
Boom, right away. Smoked it.
His mouth was like that.
Yeah, they're all head, man. Head and shoulders all day.
That's a cool fish.
Phenomenal.
That was cool. Man, that was unreal. What a fight. What a take. Oh.
It's the next morning, and it was all decided that we got to head right back to the pool where we got that beautiful fish last night. So load the rafts up the river, straight back to that pool where we think there might be some more fish holding. Stu is incredibly eager to get on the water every single day, and he's been up here now for a couple years and really knows this river system well. And that's the great thing about fishing with guides. They know every turn of the river, and they study the rivers and become students of the rivers, and they know where fish hold. They know what seams they like to stay in, and he was an awesome guide in that regard as far as coaching me in different runs on the system as to where my presentation needed to be to have the best opportunity to catch a fish.
Let's get after him again. We had a good finish yesterday.
Yeah, first drop of the day. The spot's been pretty good to us, so may as well start here and then kind of head upriver after that. Maybe nice to get back in here later in the day too. Give those chance to kind of give those fish kind of a chance to, you know, take a bit of a break. Who knows? Maybe we get lucky. A little bit of rain last night.
Little
push
rain,
some fresh fish in.
Inches, right?
Yeah, let's see. Hopefully we can get lucky right off the bat here. Start the day on a bit of a better note than yesterday.
Well, we put our time in.
Yeah.
We'll get rewarded.
The spot's been good to us. I think we should be able to get something out of here this morning.
Start here and work down.
Yeah, I'd say honestly you could come down kind of towards the back of that, kind of start fishing this spill. Yeah. And then kind of move down towards the back where we've been getting them.
Okay. All right. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get it on the reel. Back up. Play it back, see if you can reel. There you go. There we go. That's it.
That was a take.
Attaboy, good start to the morning.
Almost in that same spot where we just hit that.
That's probably right about where you got your first one.
Yeah, I think so.
First night there. Getting pretty close to the back in there, bud.
I know. Might have to chase him a bit, or put into him.
Maybe dial into that a little bit more. Pretty well the whole line there.
Yeah. He's just kind of doing what he wants right now.
Keep that nice and tight. And just like yesterday, you're probably going to be a little underpowered with that rod. So when we get them up into the shallows here, use your body, take a couple steps back, get them up in the bank. It's going to, you know, those big flat heads are going to use that current to their advantage, dog down.
Man, it's such a strong fish.
Yeah, they're incredible. Just one run after the other.
I don't think he's as big as the guy we hooked last night, but...
Hey, for about, you know, 30 casts into the pool, I'd say it's a good start.
Not complaining one bit. Oh, look at the eagle.
There's that eagle, eh? He wants a piece of that.
Look at him. Get out of here, you. He's in. Woohoo! Yeah. Holy cow. That's awesome. Oh, he's a decent fish, eh?
Gorgeous little fish there.
I can't get over how thick
around
the shoulders
the back,
are, eh? Like,
unbelievable. And that's the thing, like these bull trout, you know, they get to a certain size and they don't really get much longer. They just kind of get thicker around the back.
Kind of get footballish, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a nice fish.
He's there.
Awesome, dude.
We're just gonna let that guy go.
Yeah, let him swim away, do his thing.
A little breathe.
Wow, that was fun.
And away he goes.
He's hot still.
Right on. Good start to the day.
Right on, man. That was cool. Awesome. So strong.
Yeah, first one on the fly.
First one on the fly, yeah.
That's deadly. Wow.
Deadly. Because when he's deadly, I'm deadly.
And that makes us deadly.
Bull trout are mean, ferocious fish. They're known to attack other fish, rainbow trout, other bull trout. Basically, they are a predator. That's the beauty about fishing these bull trout is they are super aggressive. It's not always about a delicate, perfect presentation for them. It's about just getting it near them, getting the presentation in front of their face, and their instinct is to attack and feed. So you know that initial take when you get a bite is going to be violent.
We just missed one in here. We took a couple steps forward and we're able to hook up again. Oh yeah, baby.
Early season screamers.
Oh yeah.
And that's backing.
And we're into the backing. That was a big run he just took. Keep pressure on him. Get him in some slower water.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right here's good.
I got him.
Should be fine here.
He's hot still.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks for cooperating. Do your thing.
Just amazing though, you know, like pretty small trout coming in like 2-3 pounds, just a little skip and pretty much cleared your whole
Hammer
school
time.
there
We're into the backing, down
top and bottom. It's like,
what's amazing when you put that fish in the water and he gets about 3-4 feet away, you can't even see him.
Yeah.
How he blends in, eh? With the colors and
their backs are
the bottom of the river.
well camouflaged.
Wow, that's
yeah.
fun, man. I'm shaking again. It's
Deadly.
awesome.
Get him on
deadly.
the fly.
Awesome, man. Yeah,
There
there
we
we
are.
go. We're on. Sitting a little further back today.
Yeah. Take your time. He's going to do a couple good runs. Try and slowly work your way up into a little bit of that slower water.
He doesn't really know he's hooked yet.
Yeah. Looking like a nice one.
Swimming upstream here towards us a little bit. Then we know what happens after that, don't we?
Yeah.
Zzz. He's in.
There we go.
A nice fat fish.
Beautiful. Look at that.
There you go.
Just posted. Just look at the spots on this one.
Wow. Just gorgeous. Look at that.
Beauty.
Pink right down the side there.
Yeah. Absolute gorgeous fish. You want to let him go?
Little mark here on top. Sure. Go back, do his thing, head up the river, get into the park.
Give him a little drink.
Just gone.
Away she goes.
Beauty.
Another one on the board.
Nice.
Get him.
Oh, it never gets old.
No.
Oh.
No.
He cooperates. He's a camera fish, that one.
For sure.
Eh? On his picture taken and away he goes.
Didn't mind. Came right up and in. That's good.
So much fun in that take, eh? Just that initial, you're watching the swing.
Yeah.
You know, the anticipation. Is he going to hit it on the swing or straighten out?
Yeah.
Strip.
It's amazing.
Wow.
As soon as you give it that little bit of tension, a little bit of movement, they just crush it. They're so aggressive.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Man, what an absolutely incredible day we had on the water. We were into fish after fish, and the way that these bull trout fight is absolutely incredible. Just every single take, you think you have a 10, 12 pounder every time. You just don't know what's on the end of your line because they fight so hard. Being able to fight these incredible fish and bring them to hand and just admire their beauty with the coloring and the spots on them and just how big and fat they are and massive broad shoulders. And the best part is to be able to watch them swim away and allow another person to experience what you just experienced is the ultimate. I want to thank the entire team at the Pitt River Lodge, and in particular, Danny Jarek. Danny has been an advocate of the Pitt River for the past couple decades, and I firmly believe we need to do everything in our power to help maintain the health of not only the river, but the entire ecosystem surrounding this valley. These bull trout are magnificent fish, and we need to do our part so future generations have the opportunity to experience what we have today.